the bullet holes in the car when they went by. I mean, that's when it really hits you, you know. It's like, wow, things like that aren't supposed to happen here.
A woman is on life support after her family was randomly targeted yesterday during a shooting on a stretch of interstate near the Wisconsin Dells.
That shooting was part of a multi-county crime spree that ended with officer-involved shooting near DeForest. News 3 has team coverage of the investigation tonight into these shootings, and we start with Danica Lewis with a timeline of what happened. Danica.
Well, Michelle, all law enforcement involved are asking drivers who saw anything on the interstate to call in, as we are learning more about how 3 crime scenes are all tied together.
Sounds like somebody may be shot now. There's a male involved. There's a possible suspect.
What began as a homicide at a West Allis apartment complex
stay a little bit further back. They've got a guy with a gun.
traveled to the interstate.
The eastbound about the 95.8 for a subject. Does have a pulse, very weak, was shot in the throat, unresponsive.
An Illinois family, husband, wife, and 2 children, driving home from the Dells.
Confirming a drive-by, and that was a silver Chevy Blazer.
Investigators say they were shot randomly by another driver.
The operator of the Blazer rolled down his window and fired 3 rounds into the vehicle.
Best place en route.
The first round entered the passenger side door of the vehicle and lodged inside the door. The second round entered the front passenger window and struck the neck of that passenger. As he was slowing down to pull over, a third round was fired into the hood of the vehicle.
Our news partners in Chicago confirmed the victim is Tracy Zikowski, and she's on life support. But the suspect wasn't finished.
He's driving erratically, swerving over all 3 lanes.
30 miles down the interstate near DeForest.
We have basically a traffic rolling shutdown right now.
Traffic is blocked to make room for spike strips.
Here's that he hit the strips. Yes, his tires are going flat.
The driver exited the vehicle walking towards the deputies with a firearm in hand, did not listen to orders given by all officers at the scene.
Walking towards the deputies. Shots fired. Shots fired.
2 Columbia County deputies fired. An injured suspect, a 20-year-old man, is still in the hospital. His 2 brothers in the car are in custody.
They did what they were trained to do, and that's what our citizens should be most proud of.
Now, the 2 Columbia County deputies who fired their weapons are on administrative leave. The names of the suspects, the deputies, and the victims all unknown at this time. Now, we did learn out of Chicago that there were other layers to this investigation. We confirmed here at News 3 that the husband of the drive-by shooting victim is a DEA agent who lives in Chicago. That's Drug Enforcement Agency. And that said, the sheriff maintains what happened outside of the Dells was a random shooting.
Very disturbing and sad chain of events there. Danica Lewis reporting. Danica, thank you.
Now, people close to the action are opening up about their experience, and Leah Linscheid shares how they're feeling.
Yeah, Michelle, a Cottage Grove woman was driving behind both the shooter and his victim. Tanya Lesage says she did not actually see the shooting, but saw the cars in front of her swerve out of the way. She was also part of that massive traffic jam on the interstate, lasting for hours as emergency crews responded to the scene. Even today, she's still shocked about that shooting spree.
Why would somebody do something like that? We all assumed, and it really looked like, you know, a complete stranger. And it wasn't even like road rage, you know? There wasn't even enough time for that to be a factor. It was just somebody just decided they were going to shoot somebody.
Now, if you saw any of these events for yourself, you're asked to call the police. Deputies from Dane, Sauk, and Columbia counties also emphasized the importance of the public in this case, saying if anybody knows any information or witnessed any part of this, you could play an integral role in helping them find out just exactly what happened here. You can also find a list of those numbers for those agencies on our website, channel3000.com, Michelle.
All right, thank you, Leah. News 3, of course, is working to learn more about the investigation into the interstate shootings. We will provide any updates we learn throughout the night on channel3000.com and on air starting at 4:30.